Good afternoon, world. It's a beautiful day here. Just really, really gorgeous. It's 68 degrees. It's December 9th, and it's 68 degrees. We haven't really had a winter. Oh well. Didn't really have a monsoon this year either. It's just par for the course for 2020, right? So, going through all of this process of not only losing a parent, but losing the last parent and having to pack up the house and sell everything that you don't want to keep, go through everything. I don't think I'm going to have time to actually go through it all and get it separated before I get the house sold. That has to happen first. So I'm going through lining up people to come help me pack, to help me clean up the yard and get everything on the house that's in need of repaired. And I have an incredible group of men around me helping me through this, the Masons. So anybody who wants to sit there and say that the Masons are anything bad, I can tell you, as the daughter of a Mason, the granddaughter of a Mason, the great-granddaughter of a Mason, the ex-wife of a Mason, the ex-sister-in-law of a Mason, and countless other people that I know that are Masons. They're really good people. They really are. They did not have to do what they're doing for me, but they are because of who my dad was and what he meant to them. Dad was the secretary of the lodge for 13 years. And I've already had at least a handful of young Masons reach out to me and tell me how much of a difference my dad made for them. And that's huge. That was a part of Dad's life that he didn't really share with anybody if you weren't a Mason, because, you know, they're a society with secrets. And rightfully so. Their secrets are good ones. They're ones that protect us all. So I think anybody who thinks that the Masons are evil or bad or anything have absolutely no idea who the Masons really are as an organization. So I'm extremely grateful to them, because without them right now, not only would I be losing everything, but my sister would too. And that's not something that I'm okay with. My sister and I have had our differences in our life together, but yet very separate. And I know that she thinks and she's worried that there are things that she's going to want that she's not going to get. And that's not going to be the case. I made a promise to myself in 1998 when my step-grandmother passed away, and I helped my parents go through that house and my aunt go through that house. I made a promise to myself that no matter what, I would play fair with everyone, because when you lose somebody, you're already hurting enough as it is. You don't need any more strife in the family. And death can bring out some really ugly truths in people. It can bring out some beautiful things too. And I'd like to think that what death brings out in me is the very best of me that I have to offer. Because I'm already dealing with enough grief, change. I'm already dealing with enough upheaval. I don't need any more strife. So I will do everything in my power to mitigate tension. So, except for a few key things, whatever my sister wants, she's gonna get. She is. that's just me. I'm that person that I would give you the shirt off my back if I thought you needed it more than I did. And that's why when I made the promise to Mom and Dad, I knew it would probably ruin me. But I also knew that that would just be temporary. And so I think that what I take from today is absolute selfless giving and selfless consideration. I think those are two things that we are sorely lacking in our world. And I will do what I can to affect that change in our society as best as I can. And I'm a total mess today, and I just don't care, because it's not about that. It's about what I can do and how I can affect this world. And I think that matters more than anything. Today in Minion service, the Torah portion for this week is the end of Jacob's life, kind of the beginning of Joseph's life. And how Joseph was the favorite son of Jacob, even though Jacob should have known better between he and Esau and their strife with their father. But Jacob couldn't. He couldn't. He's very human, and he played favorites with Joseph. And Joseph, he got beat down for it. He got beat down for the gifts that he had of sight and vision in his dreams. He got beat down because of his jovial attitude and his very naive way of being and way of thinking. And his brothers hated him. And they were jealous. But what they didn't understand is that Joseph got beat down. He got sold into slavery by his brothers. He got put in the dungeon. But he knew, Joseph knew always that he'd be all right, that he was protected. Somehow he knew that he would be okay. And here we are, how many thousands of years later, and we still know who Joseph was. So he was right. He was right. So I take away from this that those who are gifted and those who share those gifts, though they may go through some serious torment in their life, get beat down, be tortured, they're still protected. They are still children of God. And God is the ultimate parent and will do whatever God has to do to protect his children. So it's no mistake, and it's no accident. God has perfect timing. Every week, the Torah portion absolutely speaks to me. Sometimes it brings me to tears. Interesting. Anyway, that's all I got to say for today. Much love to you all, and I hope you have a great afternoon and a wonderful rest of your week.